Hello and welcome. This is Chris-Ann. I'm coming at you from Elemental Energies with Chris-Ann, and I have a whole bunch of packaging here. So what are we going to do with it? I went grocery shopping yesterday with my son and got all these gluten-free goodies, and oops, now I'm dropping them all over the floor. And I have all of this packaging and I need to turn it into something. So we are going to make some really basic journaling cards. I like to have a series of basic journaling cards on hand. Something that I can maybe later decorate to be even more coordinating with whatever my theme of my book is, or for whatever I need it for. So here are some absolutely delicious breakfast bites. If you're into this, these are delicious. And we did get them at Whole Foods. So I'm just processing all of this packaging. And we're just gonna sort of craft along with me. That didn't want to cut. Craft along with me as I sort of cut up all these things, and we're going to turn them into journaling cards. Some of them I might turn into like tags and tickets and stuff like that, but this is kind of how I process everything. For people that are just starting out, you look at all of this and it's intimidating. It's kind of overwhelming. So this is what I do, is I just take these packages and I follow the lines within the packaging and I cut it up for journaling cards. I cut it up that way. So look at, I cut all of these, I cut all of these little bendy bits off. Different projects, I'm going to use these. This is not that project. So we're going to cut off all of this. This one didn't cut right. I don't know why. We'll turn it that way. Just kind of, there we go. Okay. So I have these two. Now these, I am going to call these garbage. I mean, that I could maybe turn into, oh, hold on to that one. The rest of these, that's garbage. These are going to be some journaling cards. So let's see how big they are. They're about 6. So let's cut them down 3. That was even bigger. So we'll do 3 1/4. Yeah. So those were about 6 1/2. So now I have these 4 that I can use for journaling cards. Let's keep cutting stuff up. So I've shown you how I cut these up. I have a bunch of these. My son just got this one. I can't eat it. I'm dairy free. But he could eat this. Whoops, I dropped it. Now it's got all stuck inside. Now, I'm going to keep these. I'm not going to use them in this project, but I am going to keep these for a future project. So that, to me, is sort of a priority to save. And that's where the seam is. Okay. Because I can always line this back. So I am going to keep this and this one. Because look at, I can make like specimen cards or something with that in the future. Cut that there. And then over here, I'm going to cut just inside this bend line. Cut just inside that bend line. Oops, nope. I didn't lay it right. I cut it on the bend line, but that's okay. I can come back and cut it later. I am going to keep this as is with the little flaps on it for a future project. You'll see that in some future project. This one, let's cut 3 sides on this, and then these little flaps that I cut off, these are wider, so these I can use as like tags and tickets. That one I don't want. So these are my garbage bowl. Let me trim this a little bit. This one, okay, let's cut this in half first before we move on. So let's do 3 inches. Add that to my pile. I want to trim this up a little bit better. So let's cut off that bend. Now the wind is picking up here. We're actually supposed to get rain finally. It doesn't quite look even, but I'll make do. So that's a little over 5.5. So if we did 3, let's do 2 3/4. So I can turn those into tickets or tags or some fun little thing. Labels, probably labels. Trim that side, and let's do 2 3/4. So we have 2 more of those. Now this is that one that I want to keep because I like that sort of what I'm going to use it as a specimen. Now this, because that's where the seam was or something, I'm not worried about that. I can cover all that. I'm not worried at all. Let's trim off these bigger flaps, that bend section, put that in my bowl. And then let's cut this at 2 3/4. There. This part, I'm not whacked about that. Let me trim that. There, I'm good with that. Now these are the ones that I want to keep to use for my labels or whatever. So I have 2 more of those. Trim off this funky edge. This isn't straight. That's what the problem is. Let's make it straight. There. Now it's straight. Cut it at 2 3/4. I am good with that, and I can cover all of those. That will be a different day, different project. But we're sort of processing through it all now. So we have this pile I'm going to put aside. We have these 2 fun things. I'm going to put those aside. I have my gluten-free, dairy-free waffles. You only get 6 in a package, so between my son and I, 1 package is gone in 1 sitting. And I got $2 off the package. So I bought 3. Because that's a big deal to me. Okay, let's cut this, using this as my straight edge right here. Just there. Just on the inside there, so I kept this. And now let's cut off that bend. Okay. So now let's So this is what I'm left with after cutting off all those bends and folds. And let's cut these into 2.5-inch wide pieces. So we can turn into tags too, actually. And this one that's left is almost 4, so we'll do 2. There, lots of those. I want to trim this one down. This was the side piece because these can be those tags or labels or whatever I'm going to do in the future. This will be a future video. So 2. Oh, let's see. Maybe I'll do this one at 3. 3. 3. Oh, and that's 3 too. Okay, perfect. I have another one of those right here. I'm not going to worry about this. Because I can cover a lot of that. So let's do 3. 3 and 3, or a smidge over 3. And these, yeah, I think I'm done with these. I don't think I'm going to use those for anything. I could, but I can't use each and every little bit. So let's cut off all of the sort of bendy bits on this. I always like to have one true straight edge at the top as well. Okay, and then these, I think I did these at 2, didn't I? 2, or did I do 2.5? I did some at 2.5. Okay. I have a lot more packaging to do, but I'll do that later. So let me show you what we have. We have pine needles. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of these that I cut that we will turn these into tickets or labels or something like that in another video. So feel free to come back, watch that video. This is just sort of processing these, and then we're going to make a different project in this video. Let me put those up here. We have 2 of these that we are going to use in a future video as a like a botanical kind of thing. Yeah, those are kind of neat. Okay, so we'll use those. All of these I have as journaling cards. I made some candles. If you didn't see that, go back and see that. That was a fun video. Okay, so I have all of these journaling cards, or what will be journaling cards. Okay. So, pretty much, is that width? Okay. Okay. So, what I was planning to do was leave the white space white and use that as my journaling spot and cover this. So all of that, a little spider here joining us, all of this is now going to get covered. And that was sort of my plan all along, that this is going to be left for journaling, whether I come back and put lines on it or not, whatever. And then this, so these can be tags, these can be journaling cards, they can be tag journaling cards. I don't know, let's just see what we got. So I have some paper here. I have more packaging, but I am going to do that off camera to process all that. So I have this paper pad here. And see, something like that. That's pretty. So let's cut that one out. Let me make this. I see. Here, let me stand up so I can see. Yeah, let's do there for the camera so you can see it a little bit better. We have this paper so far. That one. Well, that one's nice. I might come back to that one. Yeah, let's do this one. All right, let's stick with these 3 for now. And this is that paper pack I've been using for a couple of days from Hobby Lobby. Now, for this, let me get out my glue stick and my double stick tape. I have more glue stick here and I have more double stick tape here. So a lot of times I just sort of like to put things down and sort of see where they lay and kind of go with the flow. There are certain things here that I want. So let's move this aside. So what I want is this for once. One definite thing. So that's this corner right here. So let me take my largest one. And if I lay that in the corner, is that gonna fully cover her? And the answer is yes. So that's what we're going to do. Let's start, whoops, and I have to remember to glue it that way with the white facing up. Remind me, white facing up. And I'm going to do glue stick as well. So the day I'm recording this is going to be one of our last nice days, which I know I've said before, but this really is one of our last nice days because we are going to be getting some rain and some cold. So while I'm able to be outside, I want to get some videos rocking and rolling. Now, where did I put that little bag that has my scissors? These are my good scissors. And I am going to keep... so these are shorter. Let me see, is this one tall? These are taller. These, not the same height, but that's okay. So let's see what we have on the back. So it ends at approximately right here. So right there would get the butterfly, right there wouldn't get anything. But if I go up, yep, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go next and up. So I'm kind of cherry picking the designs that are on this paper. And what the heck, why not? Yes, I'm putting glue while it's on the paper. That's fine. So it's windy today because we will be getting rain tonight. Now we are in a drought. I'm going to leave a hair of a space so I can cut right up that space right there. Next one I want to do is go up. And let's add some double stick tape. So the wind is picking up. Now I got my laundry out here. Whenever I wash my laundry, I dry it outside because my electric bill has gone sky high. $650 a month. Now I'm not using that much electricity. Truly, I'm not. It's just ridiculous. Now, let's see if I have another taller one. I can do another one going up. Let's see what's next to it if I go, oh, the bird. In the bird cage. Yep. I will get that. Good. So the day I'm recording this is one of the prime days of that prime sale. And if you've been following me for a while, you'll know during the summer I had a massive water leak. And I had to gut my friend came from Mississippi because I couldn't get anybody around here that was a plumber to help us. So my friend came up from Mississippi to do my bathroom, and oh my goodness, was I eternally grateful. Let me just say that. And oh, what a nice friend to have. Ooh, and he went and did some other work at another friend's house, and his 2 children live in my area. So he came up, visited his kids, helped out this other friend, and helped out us, my son and I. And not only did he help us out, get this, he was teaching my son like how to properly use the tools, and you know, he was willing to have him work with him and teach him and show him how to do all these home repairs. Unfortunately, some of the days he had to work, but he learned stuff, and he feels a little more confident in some of the skills that he learned. So much so that last week he built himself this little shelf. My son likes to collect DVDs, Blu-rays, and VHS tapes, as well as cassette tapes. He has all the vintage things, the vintage tech stuff. He loves it. So anyways, he built himself this shelf. Oh my gosh, it came out beautiful. He sanded it, he cut the wood, sanded it, painted it, put it all together, you know. He's got all his movies on this shelf. He did such a beautiful job. And I think it was because my friend gave him the confidence to do that with the power tools. So just double bang for your buck with, I had to get a new bathroom, which was upsetting, to say the least, because I had to throw everything away. I did not know the leak was as pervasive and as bad as it was. So we ended up losing a lot more than we realized. You know, I had the laundry in there, so we had to lose a lot of clothes, majority of my towels, furniture, because it was wet. You know, once you get that stuff wet, forget it. You can't fix it. So my friend had given me one of those things that organizer things that goes up and around the toilet. Oh, broke my heart to throw it out, because you know, those things aren't cheap. Nothing's cheap nowadays, let's just say that. And finally, on this Amazon sale, I found one within my reasonable price range that had the amount of storage that I had in the other one. was the color I wanted. You know, I wanted white. It wasn't like I was asking for anything crazy. So I got that. Before I ordered it, I had my son help me measure it. So I was making sure I was getting the right one. I was able to salvage one piece of furniture. And you know, my friend, he fixed it, put it in my bathroom, but I still needed this other stuff. So I ordered it today. I'm so excited. I ordered it today on the Prime sale. I've been slowly buying some towels, and I bought a temporary mat to put outside the shower. I don't really care for it, but I needed something temporary, and it was really, really, really cheap. I'm still going to use it, and I knew I was going to use it in another location in the bathroom. So let's look and see what we got. Oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. So I'm still going to use that, but I think I'm going to buy myself, these are nice. I'm going to buy myself another bath mat. I want a big giant one, and I want like a plush nubbly one, and it has to be a darker teal. I want what I want. I haven't, oh, is this going to be one of those things that's not going to fit? It is. It's not fitting there. It's not going to fit there. I need to use that other cutter that I have. Can I get it this way? No, I can't. Okay, so we're not going to turn the edges. I don't have that other cutter out here, that other paper cutter. So we're just going to leave these as they are for right now. All right, let's keep going. So I'm going to get some towels. I think I'm going to get a two-piece set. I know my mom is moving in temporarily for the winter. There's a mosquito out here. There's a couple mosquitoes out here. Go figure. It's Maine. So anyways, she's moving in temporarily for the winter. So I don't think I'm going to get a three-piece set. I think I'm going to get a two-piece set of towels because I have some other like oddball pieces of towel, like oddball bath towels. So yeah, I'm going to glue this. So that's my plan next. And then I need kitchen towels as well. I can't find any that I like, but that's the least of my problems, really. And then the other thing that I need is, I found this thing on Amazon that you can like mount on the wall to put your toothbrushes in it, and it holds, it's like an organizer of like multiple things. So I'm gonna get that. I just have to measure before I actually purchase. But those are the things, the sort of, I don't know, bigger ticket things that I've been waiting to get. And then I lost my favorite pair of pajamas. I had this wonderful pair of pajamas that kept me so warm in the winter. I don't have heat in my room in Maine, and in the winter that's slightly problematic. And this pair of pajamas just kept me so warm. Well, with everything getting wet and molding and mildewing and everything, I obviously had to throw it out. Broke my heart. So much of it broke my heart. You know, it's expensive. All of this stuff is expensive. And when you're doing it by yourself, it's expensive. Oh, darn. I did it again. I covered the wrong side. You didn't tell me. You know what? I'm going to glue this down anyways, because I can take a piece. Let's see if I have it. And I did the exact, oh no, I didn't. I did it right on this one. I can cover it with a piece of coffee dyed paper. If I don't do it today, I can do it another day. I always do that. Were you yelling at me and I was just like yakking away, per usual? Life. Okay, so let's get this one here. I like to use the corners as much as possible. There. Yeah, I'll just cover that. It's not a big deal. And what do we have up here? Oh, those are pretty. And I'll keep that for something else. And there are some wider ones. Let me see. These are wider. Let me see if those will fit. Oh, one. I need one wider one and one narrow one. That's what I need. Okay, that's what I'll do. And let me put the tape on this side right now before I forget. Before I mess it up again. I tell you all when you watch my videos, hey, I make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes. I leave the mistakes in because mistakes can be fixed. And I like to talk about or show how to fix the mistakes. And yes, I'm human, contrary to popular belief. It's okay to make mistakes. Okay, there's that one. There. And then we'll have approximately the same size piece going across there, and I can use that on those little labels and things. Yeah, that would be pretty. Okay, that's dry. I don't normally like to cut glue stuff with these scissors. These are my really good scissors. But if the glue's dry, I'm okay with that. And then we need to trim this edge up right here. I'm a little disappointed I can't round the corners. That's half the crown. This will be other half. This is the one I have to cover all of it on the back. Perfectly fine. All right, let's trim this up. So I'm trying to get out and enjoy the weather while I can. Make some videos outside while I can. I have not finished redoing my inside setup. Where is a mosquito? Who is no longer. Yeah. So anyways, I have not finished. Ooh, that's pretty. I have not finished doing my inside setup. And I'll probably work on that tomorrow. Oh, that's nice too. And tonight. And this piece is pretty. see if that will fit some of those tag, ticket, label, whatever we're going to make with those little pieces. Now I have 4 of these left, and I have 2 sheets of paper. So let's pick, you know what? This one has more going on. Oh, I have these too. I forgot about those. All right, we're going to do this one. And I'm not going to look. I'm just going to glue it all over. And I'm going to glue to this side. So let me flip these over right now. Keep them all like this. So I have these all going the right way, and we will just cover this paper. There's no glue stick on those yet. You know, I have said this before. A lot of times when I go to mass make a lot of my things that I put in my journal, I never fully finish decorating them. I only partially decorate them, or mostly decorate them, because when I get that particular journal that I want to put it in, a lot of times I have a running theme, whether it be a stencil, a sticker, some specific gems that I'm using, a charm. There's always multiple things that are consistent through each journal. I like to leave myself space to be able to do that. So I always mostly finish the items that are going in my journal. When I sit down to do my journal is when I add all my tchotchkes. I call all those little things that I put in my journals, I call them all tchotchkes. When I add my tchotchkes, I always have a box of whatever my consistent things are ready and available to add to all those little tchotchkes. And that's just kind of how I do it. And because it's going to rain tonight, I have so much laundry to bring in. Oh my gosh. I still have to wash my mom's laundry. I have one more load to wash of hers. I just want to see. Okay, that's what I wanted to see. I want to bring everything up to the top more than bringing it to the bottom. Okay, I'm good with that. So yes, and then that load of her laundry will not be put outside. I'll probably bring it over to her tomorrow. Oops. I can't see the top of this paper, so I'm hoping it's in the right spot. I believe it is. Okay. Apparently my son is turning into the grocery shopper. He was a personal shopper at Whole Foods, and he didn't care for it. It was a lot of pressure, a lot of stress. He's like, yeah, it's just a little too much for me. He says, I really like doing the register and bagging and all that type of stuff. I said, all right, well, whoops. I said, talk to them. So we did. And now he does the register and bagging and goes out and gets the carts. He seems to like it. That is fine with me. But anyways, he knows how to grocery shop extremely well. So he had a doctor's appointment this morning. He's like, hey, I'm gonna go grocery shopping afterwards to a different store. In order for us to get our things, we have to go to 3 different stores to get what we need. He's like, there's a couple things I wanted. They didn't have it at, you know, the other place, Whole Foods. So he says, I'm gonna go. He got some things for my mom, got some things for me. And they didn't have a ton of stuff that he wanted either. He was a little disappointed. But he's turning into quite the little grocery shopper. And I'm slightly, I don't know, you tell me what you think, slightly getting the feeling he's trying to ditch me and go on his own. Which is fine. I'm okay with him being independent. I'm okay with him having these independent skills. So yeah, I gave him a list. It's like, text me a list. All right. My mom needed some fruit, so I gave him a list of that. And I needed gluten-free, dairy-free pretzels. I want to do the chocolate-covered pretzels. I debated making them Halloween themed for him. I might just kind of use what I have. I do have to go to Walmart to get some medicine. A lot of times they have really cute sort of baking stuff for the holidays. A lot of times we can eat it. So I don't know. I might make something cute. I don't know. We'll see. Now I have plenty of room here. But I could put down some of these. You know what? Maybe I'll save that for another video. I don't want to get ahead of myself. So let me just cut these out. Okay, that is dry. And because I'm using glue stick, I will come back in and add more glue to like the corners and that type of stuff. Especially when I'm getting ready to use them. I don't find glue stick to be 100%. It's what I have, and it's what I used. Oh, that one's nice. It's gonna be a perfect background to decorate whatever over. I'm having an allergic reaction to something because I'm getting super itchy. So don't mind me. Oh my gosh, I keep scratching my face. And I'm not somebody that itches. I normally can hold back and not scratch and itch, but let me tell you. Whew. I'm gonna have to take some. I have some homeopathic anti-itch stuff that really does work well. Oh, that's pretty. So I'm gonna have to get that on board here momentarily. And I'm sure my face is as red as a tomato right now, but that's okay. I recorded a video this morning where you saw my face. And my gosh, my face was super puffy. And I was a little itchy then, so maybe I've had something kind of going on for a while. That's pretty. I'm itchier, we'll just say that. Got her right there. Nice. Itchy, itchy. And I've had a rash for months. And I've seen, I don't remember, 5 or 6 doctors for it. Nobody knows what it is. Stuck on my hands. So, yeah. I mean, I see it. I'm assuming you can see it. Doesn't stop me. Not much stops me. Yeah, I'm a little vain, but I'm not a lot vain. So what you see a few rashy marks. Well, that's pretty too. These are just perfect background ones. So I'm sorry if this is an overly boring video for you, but this is just kind of doing the basics. And sometimes some of the basics can be a little boring. But you just, oh, I like that one. You just use it as sort of like a meditative process to do your art. And to just get it done. And you know, if you're watching my videos, number 1, thank you. But number 2, it's okay to like have me on in the background and you're sitting there crafting at your desk and we can sort of craft together. I do that with some of the other artists that I see here on YouTube. That I'll have somebody doing their video, doing their art, and I'm doing a couple other things at the same time. That's pretty. Okay, I have this piece. Oh, I like this piece too. So I have this piece left. This, yep, that will fit those thingies. So we'll do that in a different video, not this video. All those big pieces, yeah, I got all those. I got all the journal card pieces done. Yay! All right. I'm only going to decorate a couple. And you know what? I had, let's see if I can find it. I had my punch for my tag ticket things. Oh. And then, let me see where I put, I don't know where I just used that little mini stapler the other day. I might have it right here. I have that. No. All right. My stapler is not here, so I will not be able to staple some fibers on, but I have these two punches here. And eventually I'd like to round the bottom corners. There's a piece in there. Okay. These are thick. That was decent thickness packaging. Okay, let's grab this. Where's my sponge? Oh, here it is, right here. Perfect. And then these can be little journaling tags. Cute just to tuck in. You know, I always need, when I make journals, I always need like a million things to tuck into all those little pockets and tuck spots and everything. Okay, there's those four for now. Let's see if that will fit in here. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, come on. I hope we didn't break that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we won't be doing any more of those. That was super tough, but super pretty. Knocking stuff over from that. Let's ink that up. Yeah, these are thick, these little packaging things. Yeah, we're not using that one anymore. Let me put that over there. So we have those five. I better move this because I will poke myself with that, and that's a hazard. And I have a whole bunch of stickers and little papers. I don't know that I'm going to use the papers, but I pulled those out. I have some of these stickers, and then I have some of these, which I thought would be gorgeous. And then I have these. Oops. And all of this is all from Temu. Let me see something with this one. This one has some frames, and I know I've used some of these before in other videos. I want, is it too big? Oh, it's too big. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I wanted like the opening in the frame to be over the flower. Oh well. I could cut the inside out, but I don't have my X-Acto knife here. This one would be cool, but I don't. I think that inside is attached. Yeah, it's attached. That's not what I want. Kind of big. All right, that's not the book for me, sadly. So let's see what this one has. So this has some like papers and things in the back. Those are really pretty. Tickets. like that, but I don't want it to cover the flower too much. I don't mind accenting the flower. Really, I like these. All right, that has a lot of space on it. What you got? I am so itchy. I'm just trying not to scratch. There. Okay. Stickers. I like this sticker. Let's see if I can get it out and make it work. Nice. Let's use this one because it kind of mimics the shape. So I can get it straight-ish. There. There. All right, now, next thing I have is those lady stickers. Yeah, let's do that one. I kind of wanted a bigger one, but I don't know. All right, we'll do that one. Oh, let's do a little bit. Just take off that white edge. And when I go to put these in whatever journal it is, that's when I'll add some fibers to the top of these tags. I mean, I could just leave it without the ladies. But I don't know. We'll add these. I'm on a kick with them lately. All right, we'll do that one. These are thicker stickers, so they do have that sort of white paper core edge. There. Too big. Let's see, do we want to bring in some green? Yeah, we'll do that one. this is sort of more orangey, ready. Even some yellow. Oh, here's a yellow. Kind of blends, but I'm okay with that. I can't see what you're seeing, if you're seeing. Okay, there. Oh, we're at over an hour. Okay. Then you know what? I think let's stop here. So I got a whole bunch bases made for journaling cards, journaling tags. The base of a lot of things are done. And frankly, that's the hard work. So let's go back and look at all the things. So we have that one. Once again, I don't have my stapler here. I thought I did. And then these are the ones that we haven't done anything to, and most of them are white on the back, so they can be actually journaling cards, journal spots. But just to do the basics and process through a lot of the different packaging and things like that, it takes time. This is done in real time. And I like to show you things that are done in real time. So I hope this gives you some inspiration. I know I've been getting some great comments, and people have been saying that my videos are of inspiration and inspiring them to make things and teaching them to make things. I love it. Thank you so much. That is absolutely wonderful for me to hear. Keeps me going. I do a video every single day, and I'm happy to post a video every single day. So please, coming back and supporting me is wonderful for me. The comments are just a bonus, but really, I really need a lot more people to subscribe to my channel. That's where it's at for me. So thank you so much for tuning in. Check out my website, www.elementalenergieswithchrisanne.com. A lot of free things there, free classes, free printables, and then if you'd like to get a private psychic reading with me, I do readings for people all over the world through online connectivity. And also like and subscribe to this channel. Take care. Be free.